Hey Internet, today I'm going to show you this car. It's a 1992 ES300. And the interesting thing about this car, it's a 5-speed. That's a very rare thing to have these days. Normally every car that you see, especially luxury cars, everything is an automatic. So having a nice 5-speed is really cool. So let me take you around this car. Of the car, it's a little bit bad shape, but it doesn't look too bad. It's got definitely its share of scratches here and there. It's a pretty old car, 1992, but it still looks fairly good. This is quite an interesting car. It's seen better days, but let's look around. I'm actually a fan of this one. This one in particular is a 5-speed ES300. It's a V6. The paint is definitely flaking off, as you can tell. Back in 1992, the popular song was "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. And Right Said Fred, "I'm Too Sexy." This car cost about $26,000 back in the day. Pretty incredible when you think about that. Now I am a fan of the two-tones that this car has. It's a very Lexus thing that they did in the early 90s. That's right, ES300. It's kind of nice that I'm driving around in a Lexus. Never thought I'd see the day. Look how deep this trunk is. You can definitely fit like a good body or two in there. It's fairly large. On the door, you notice there's duct here, and that's connected to the AC over here. So from here, it leads out to this little vent on top of the door. That's a pretty interesting thing. It's got power windows, it's got the automatic locks, window locks, and down here, you have two additional buttons, which are electronic popping of the trunk and popping of the fuel door. Here you have your mirrors, left, right, and you can adjust it left and right. On, remote, off. I'm not really sure what this means. High beams and the lights here. You have on this part, you can adjust the light of the speedo. Very nice wood trim. Look at this. This is really what I like about this Lexus. It's a 5-speed, very rare. Also, one thing to note about the key, there's a couple of keys that includes with this car. This one has got a nice electronic unlocking. This was back in 1992. I don't know if you guys remember any 1992 cars, but that's a nice feature. It's like a push button to unlock. And the key is fairly small. So you have a tape deck, and this is a Lexus sound system. The button fell off, but the button is here. You can just, the radio works, but you have to adjust the volume, and the volume set really low. Finish here, look at that, just pops right out. That's kind of a nice little feature. You can take this out to clean the ashtray. So this is the AC. The AC does come out, but it's not very cold. So that's something to fix. And looking up here, this is kind of like a nice feature. It's the sunroof, and it works. So you have this to let more light in. Let me just close this. And this is the sliding. I think I need to have it on, the car on, for it to power. Seat. It's very nice, very easy to get into the back seat, and I'm 5'9", and I can fit really well here. So here is your, whoa, alrighty. So that's the door for the fuel. Look at that, it's been fixed. So, alright, it seems that it's easily repaired. Doesn't seem too difficult. Right here. It's pretty nice that you don't have to use anything to prop up the hood. This is the V6 from Lexus, And it's got the hydraulic thing here so you can like lift it up. And it's a very quiet engine. So the downside with this car is that it's smoking a little oil. I think, I'm not sure really what's going on with it, but it drives really well. The tires are still fairly new, except the engine is like just smoking a little. One thing that's really nice about these Lexuses, when you turn on the key, it kind of brightens up. It's a very nice looking dash. Push in the clutch, make sure that it's in neutral, and it starts right up. Oh, and it died. So the battery's pretty dead, so, but let's look at the dash here. And I'm looking at the dash. It's pretty cool looking. So you have your temperature here on this side. You have your tach, you have your speedo. You can tell it's 130,000 miles, 990. And then you have your fuel gauge here. You also have cruise control, which is very nice to have in a car. It's got power steering. So very nice car. Very, very quiet. I mean, like for a car that's 20 something years old, it is very quiet. You can tell. And it seems to be white smoke. But the car is extremely quiet. Other than this, there's not much problems with this car. And we are off. Since the AC is not really working very well, I'm gonna turn it off. There we go. Smooth power steering. Like, it's very easy to turn the steering wheel. There is some wear on the steering wheel. They never put a cover on the leather steering wheel, so it's got a lot of wear from having the finger, especially up top. There's plenty of power. It's a V6, so smoke a little bit when I give it gas, but the clutch transmission are really, really good. Very fun to drive. Easy to drive car. And it's a very comfortable car. The leather seats make it so much more comfortable. And you know, I drive cars that are economy cars, and then I wonder, why not just get a used luxury car like this? It is so much more comfortable for like long trips and just riding around. We'll just close the window a bit. And it's very, very quiet. This car inside is extremely quiet. You can't barely like listen to the engine. It moves pretty well, you know, I step on it, it goes. That's the good thing about the V6 from Toyota. Well, Internet, that's the 1992 ES300. It's a great little car that comes in 5-speed, which is really rare for a luxury car. And I'll see you on the next car.